Okay. I'm in. Hold up. Okay, everybody. Let's get this fucking thing started here. All right. Hello. I'm here to do another stream here. First of all, how's everybody doing today? I'm planning on doing this for a little while here, so this is going to be instituted into another episode of the church announcements. Everybody, thank you. Y'all here to hear me announce things. And first off, I want to say I'm starting to get a little bit good at this. So I don't know, y'all stick with me. I'm still figuring it all out. But the announcement that I want to make is not going to be about my setup anymore. I'm done with the setup. I don't have to talk about that no more. The announcement I want to make is that J. Cole made a new song, and this isn't much of an announcement. I'm late to this. Everybody already knows about this. But J. Cole made a new song called Port Antonio. I'm not going to play it. I'm going to assume you listened to it already. And the only reason I even thought to fire up the computer to talk about this is because this has become just another part of the, hold on, let me see. Yeah, it's just become another part of the discourse about Drake and Kendrick. And I know we're still talking about Drake and Kendrick. It's almost goddamn Christmas time and niggas is still talking about Drake and Kendrick. I'm not going to talk about this shit no more. I'm sorry. I'm tired of this. And that's going to be the main point of this whole stream. This whole stream is going to be about how sick I am of talking about Drake versus Kendrick and how sick I am of people continuing to keep this shit going. And there's a couple of culprits for this on both sides. Because, a lot of niggas, if you watch my videos, I might come off as a little bit of a Drake hater. I'm not a Drake hater. Or let me rephrase. I don't hate Drake's music, at least not the music he used to make originally. This new shit he's making is ass. So I will stick with that. And him as a person hasn't really been the greatest person either. But outside of all that, I'm not dedicating my life to just looking for anything negative to say about Drake and then saying it. It's not that deep to me. But what's been happening, and I'm gonna start with this because this isn't that bad. The real issue is gonna be next. But one piece of this conflict that I'm really getting sick of hearing is all the people trying to find ways to make J. Cole and Kendrick be beefing. And this shit is awful and exhausting, and I don't know why this is a hot topic. I mean, I do know why, but it shouldn't be. Especially from the people who's supposed to be on Kendrick's side. And that's another part of it, bro. Motherfuckers, they picked sides, and now they're doing team sports where they have to, if they pick one person, pick the Kendrick side, then they have to dedicate their whole YouTube channel to defending Kendrick. I'm not doing that. Okay. I do think Kendrick is better overall. I do think Kendrick makes more powerful and substantial music. I do believe that if we Thanos snapped all of Drake's music, nothing is lost in the zeitgeist of the world. But if we get rid of Kendrick's music, something very special would be missing. I do believe that. But I'm not dedicating my life to defending any bad thing said about Kendrick on here. I'm sorry. I can't do it. And I've seen a lot of that happening. I've seen a lot of motherfuckers getting on here trying to put J. Cole, ever since J. Cole dropped that Port Antonio. But for people who haven't listened to it, basically Port Antonio was J. Cole doing what he kind of always does, trying to kind of be above the bullshit and being like, oh, I didn't want to be a part of this, and I'm not gonna uh beef with Drake. Drake, you did things for me. We're cool, and I don't want to keep stuff up to give these internet people something to talk about and make clicks and clickbait, and and it's not objectively bad. It's a little fence city, but that's what he always does. So it doesn't really register to me as something crazy to get mad about. But apparently it's these people, they see this as J. Cole as a slight against Kendrick, and I don't understand it. I don't see it that way. I'm not grasping this secret Kendrick hate just because he's saying that he doesn't hate Drake, or that he Drake is his nigga and that they're cool. Like I expected them to still be cool, even through the beef, even through after the apology and all that shit. I expected J. Cole to do the Fence City shit that he always does. It's not like nothing crazy about that. That's what he always does. And it's not bad that he's doing that either, because it's a part of his brand, is him trying to be positive and, camaraderie amongst his peers. That's part of his brand. I mean, he's made songs about like the mumble rap niggas, but who hasn't? They were really a scourge on the music industry when they first came out. When the SoundCloud niggas, when the 6ix9ines and the XXXTentaciones and the Slump Gods and the, what's another one? Trippie Reds, the Lil Uzi, the Lil Yachty, the Kodak Black, the 2016 XXL shit. When that came out, at least the guys on the XXL list weren't so bad in retrospect. Now that we have hindsight now to tell us that actually some of them actually had some talent, but most of them niggas from that class was terrible, which is evident if you remember the year that came after that, the 2017 XXL list. Nobody gives a fuck about anybody that was on that list because they were all terrible, except for Playboi Carti. Please, Playboi Carti, please. We need another album. Please, Carti, stop playing. Give us another album by Christmas, please. Anyway, most of them niggas had no talent. They was in it for the money. That's another topic that I might get into a little later, but and y'all have to forgive me. I'm gonna be kind of spastic. I'm not going off of notes or anything. This is all freestyle off the top of my head. So if I'm all over the place and you can't keep up, I understand if you click off, but I gotta get all of this out while I'm thinking about it. That's just how I do things. So yeah, number one, people are trying to create a beef between Kendrick and J. Cole, and I'm not seeing it. I don't think that Kendrick feels a way about this Port Antonio song. Nobody really should feel a way about this Port Antonio song. This is him just finally saying something after the apology, just to have something on the record so it doesn't just look like he just pussied out. And I mean, he's a rapper. He's going to say, yeah, I'm the best and I'm still good at rapping. Excuse me, I'm getting over COVID. But he's a rapper, so of course he's gonna say, I'm the best, nobody can fuck with me, I'm still good at rapping. Like, would you expect him? That's one of the other things outside of them trying to manufacture this Kendrick and J. Cole beef, because they haven't gotten enough of beef content somehow, even though it's been fucking saturating the market. But anyway, outside of that, people are trying to make it seem like there's this thing with J. Cole. Damn, I forgot the point I was trying to make. The main thing is, this is a nothing burger. There's nothing really to talk about. I don't understand how people are making 30 and 40 and 50-minute videos about it. There's nothing here. I don't think that Kendrick saw it any kind of way. Um, I don't think that J. Cole meant it in any kind of way. You know, J. Cole just wanted to say something so he has something on the record about it after the fact. And the main message he was presenting was, hey, Drake, we're still cool, and I just didn't want to get into the mudslinging that y'all were doing. Am I the only one that got that? Am I the only one that's what they grasped from that song? Am I tripping? I don't know. I don't think I am, but whatever. I've been wrong before. That's one part of this discourse that I am not fucking with. And then the other part is the Drake fans. The Drake fans on this are absolutely worse than the Kendrick fans on this. I know What's the Dirt went through his whole thing where he was trying to say, Kendrick fans, when I was making a song breaking down Kendrick songs, when I made the video breaking down Kendrick songs, everybody thought I was a genius and that I was smart. But when I made a video breaking down Drake's song, everybody hates it. It wasn't because they were hating because they're Kendrick fans. They were hating it because it fucking sucked. Real quick, before I even really dig into this topic, I'm going to go on a lot of tangents, so I really do need y'all to stick with me. I'm going somewhere with all of this. What's the Dirt was doing a thing that I hate that people are doing on the internet lately, where they're trying so hard to be unbiased. They're doing their best to come off as unbiased. And what it really comes off as is you making up shit to compensate on one side for the other side. And what I mean by that is Kendrick he made the Kendrick video, and a lot of the shit that he was breaking down in the Kendrick video, it made sense. It was, it made, some people might not have thought of it the way he was thinking of it, but the way he was breaking it down, it's like, we could see that. We could see, I personally don't really believe he was rapping from Drake's perspective on 616, but I understand why he would get that. The way he explained where he got that from, it makes sense. I could see that. So that's why, and I think that's how most people saw the video. And it kind of brought up some points that they never really thought of like that. So it's like, okay, this, that's insightful. I can dig this video, right? But in his attempt to come off as unbiased and neutral, he tried making that same style of video for Drake's song. And the fundamental problem with that is Drake, and I have said this before, Drake's music is as deep as a goddamn puddle. It's shallow and surface level and not very hard to understand on the first listen. So what he was trying to do, the breakdown he was trying to do, was very unnecessary. And this is why when he got into that beef with your boy, calling him Carlton and all that shit, it was over him saying that Drake was clever because he said nigga 37 times and Drake is 37 years old. So he was doing it for every year. Like, it was very obvious reaching that he was doing is what the real problem was. Not all that other auxiliary shit he was talking about. It don't count. But the real problem was you was reaching like a motherfucker. Where when we could hear what you were saying about Kendrick's songs, it made kind of sense. We could see that. What you were saying about Drake's song was an absolute reach. That 37 niggas thing was an absolute reach. There's no way. First of all, Drake don't make music that deep. Drake don't think about that. His style of lyricism isn't like that. He doesn't do that. So there was no need for you to use that type of trying to analyze it that way was wrong. And that's where all those reaches are coming from. You're connecting dots that aren't there. So that's why people were like, this video fucking sucks. What is this? This is terrible. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Why the hell would Drake, even if that's true, it doesn't even make him look cool. You saying it was clever doesn't make it clever. It's not clever. It's stupid. Why would you say nigga 30 times because you're 30 years old? Like, that's dumb. It doesn't even make him look better, even if that's true. So, and that's just one example. You have 2 hours of you reaching like fucking Stretch Armstrong, apparently. I gotta say, apparently. I didn't see the video. But all the niggas that watched the video is saying it's ass. It's saying it's a 2-pack of ass. And I don't really have a reason not to believe it. And I forgot the point that I was trying to make with that. I think that was just an example of somebody trying to be charitable and give credence to both sides equally so that they don't come off as biased and failing. And then you have the Drake fans who are absolutely insufferable, terrible. These people are the reason that we're still talking about this today, because they will not fucking let it go. They will not stop talking about Drake and Kendrick. There's pages on Twitter, which is, oh my God, I don't know why I still have this app installed on my phone right now. Like Twitter, aka X, is the absolute worst place to go for discourse about anything. I don't know why I still have this shit on my phone. It's terrible. It's worthless. And excuse me. From what I could see from the discourse happening on X is every little micro thing that happens, these people are going on and saying, like when Drake did the little photo shoot, and then it turned out that, Drake did the little photo shoot doing gang signs, trying to look tough with the OVO people. And then somehow Kendrick, it's released that Kendrick had a photo shoot as well with him with the shotgun behind his kids and his wife and all that. And these niggas turned that into an argument and tried to make it seem like Kendrick was copying off of Drake, or they would say, so when Drake does it, it's cool, or when Drake does it, it's corny and trying to look gangster, but when Kendrick does it, he's cool in the family, man. And that's just one example. There's a million different things that these people bring up on X, on Twitter, and I say, why, bro? Why are you doing this? Why are you going so hard about this? I feel like they need to listen to the advice that I was giving Drake, their father figure, earlier, where you need to stop. You have to stop. You have to let this blow over. The more you keep on mentioning it, the more you keep on paying attention to every little thing that happens and trying to connect it to the beef, the more you try to make these disingenuous, stupid fucking arguments about, look at what Kendrick did here and then look what Drake did here, and trying to compare and contrast. Instead of keeping discourse going about this beef, shut up, let it go, let it blow over, and then people will forget and not care about it no more. Do people not remember when he was beefing with Pusha T and when he was beefing with Meek Mills? When he would beef with Pusha T and everybody believed that Pusha T won, Drake said, you know what? I'm going to leave it alone. Whatever. And there was no discourse on X or Twitter or whatever about how actually Drake won. And the only reason, we didn't have that. Or at least if we did, it wasn't getting any engagement. Nobody gave a fuck about it. Okay. Drake lost that beef, and then it was over after that. And then he dropped God's Plan and everybody forgot about it. Right? What Drake needed to do was the same thing. And what you fans need to do and you pages need to do is the same thing. You need to be quiet. You need to shut up and give people a chance to stop caring about this. Let us get a chance to talk about something else. And then you try to do revisionist history. You wait until about 6 months later, a year later, 3 years later, and then you do your revisionist history and try to tell the story a way that it didn't actually happen, so that people will say, oh, maybe you have a point, because they don't remember what actually fucking happened. Look, just for future reference, for the record, Drake absolutely 100% lost his beef. He didn't win it with lyrics. No matter how much y'all talk about Family Matters is not elite lyricism. Family Matters is ABC 1, 2, 3. I could have came up with that shit. He's not fucking, it goes hard. It's got a nice little bop. It's fucking, if I was in the gym or something, especially the second beat was good. But, he didn't win lyrically. He didn't beat him substance wise, because everything that Kendrick was saying was mostly true. The jury's still out about the daughter shit. That's another part of Discourse that I want to get on. I might get on it later if I remember. We still don't 100% know about the daughter shit yet. Drake and Kendrick haven't mentioned it yet. I'm leaning on the side of it's probably not true, and Kendrick just got some bad info on that. But it doesn't change anything. It doesn't make a difference. These people on Twitter, oh, look at everybody get crazy about the daughter, and it turns out the daughter is fake. Okay? Oh, even if that's true, it doesn't change anything. But whatever. I'm getting sucked into it again. So he didn't win lyrically. He didn't win on substance. He wasn't able to deal with him based on his character, because everything he said about his character was fake. He said that he beat his wife. He said that he got cheated on by his best friend, and the baby that's he thinks is his isn't his. None of that's true. That's really the only thing that he said about Kendrick, and none of it's true. Other than the shit he abandoned, like when he was talking about you get 50% of your money taken by Top Dog. He gave that up because that wasn't really true. Kendrick owns his own record label now. He doesn't have to pay Top Dog anymore. He stopped talking about the Taylor Swift thing because that was fucking stupid, and I don't know why he even brought it up to begin with. He gave up the making songs for pop stars thing because that also was stupid, and who cares about that? So he didn't beat him lyrics wise. He didn't beat him on substance. He didn't beat him on bringing down his character. He didn't beat him bops wise, making songs that's actually which is supposed to be his specialty, which is supposed to be the one thing he's the best at. He didn't even beat him on that. The number one song right now is still Not Like Us, almost 6-7 months later. So he didn't beat him on that. He didn't beat him on making a hit that people are going to be singing in the club. There's no way that he beat Kendrick. In no way. So we're putting that on wax right now, just in case niggas try to change the story later on and try to, how niggas on YouTube, every time some shit comes out, niggas get on YouTube, and then a few years later, they make a fucking video essay saying, actually, this was actually good. And that's cool. You want to make your videos, whatever, being a contrarian or whatever, you're allowed to do that. But at least wait until the dust settled, And we can't do that if everybody is keeping the topic going and where it's constantly in the news and it's constantly the number one thing that everybody's talking about and it's constantly just over and over and over being bombarded, every little thing has to do with this beef. Please stop. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to make no more videos talking about Drake and Kendrick. I'm tired of this shit. You know, I have to, because I see so much dumb shit being talked about, so much discourse about this topic, and it's terrible. And everybody that's talking about it is in bad faith. There's no conversation being had. Right? I talked about the fans on Twitter, on X, constantly bringing it back up, talking about this. And then, not only that, you got people who are still trying to be on Drake's good side and his good graces, because he still is the number one rapper and he still has some pull. You got people that, I mean, I'm sure if you've seen any of these people's videos, you'll understand these are fucking clout demon, clout chasing people that we should not be taking seriously about any of this, who are very clearly and obviously biased. One who claims to be the number one journalist, even though he's upfront and obviously biased to one side. You can't be a journalist doing that. Journalists don't do that. So there's no way you can be the number one journalist and you're obviously and like upfront about being on one side and skewing the news a certain type of way. You know, shouts out to the Academics TV page on X, because it's fucking, they're supposed to be a news channel and it's just become Drake took a shit and Kendrick got jealous of it channel. Okay, that's what that has become. Okay, all we see is Drake, Academics fucking double knuckling this nigga Drake, man. And it's terrible and it's sad and it's exhausting. It's exhausting to have to keep hearing about how Drake actually is unbothered and Drake doesn't really care, even though we're watching videos of him crying at little concerts or whatever about how he has no friends and everybody's fake, but he doesn't care though, right? Talk about Academics if I haven't said his name already. That's who I'm talking about. You got Academics, we got fucking Adam 22, which the only reason Adam 22 is even caring about any of this is because the people who are on Kendrick's side is his ops. He's got beef with Kendrick by proxy. Sorry. He's got beef with Kendrick by proxy of AD and Smack and T-Rail and them, because they left his channel a little while back and made their own channel. Because they're beefing, he has to beef with Kendrick. And also because he's another fucking clout demon who's just gonna try to be on the side of the person he thinks is the most popular. They literally tried to make a video talking about, oh, well, Kendrick is like Kamala Harris and Drake is like Donald Trump, and people who like Drake is real, and people who like Kamala Harris, they're just being idealistic. And it was terrible. It was like, I don't want to get into it right now because it'll just make my nerves bad. But if you look at the video that I'm talking about, these niggas, not only are they stupid, they're stupid with an agenda. They're stupid with a clear and obvious agenda of defending Drake because they want to be cool with Drake. It's not even real. I don't even know if they really think all this shit. You know? And people like that. These are the people that Kendrick was talking about in the Letting the Party Die song, where he's like, these radio hosts and people starting neighborhood wars. They thought he was talking about I forgot who they said that he was talking about with that line. I was thinking of people like Trap Lord Ross, people like Adam 22, who his whole channel has become gang bang central now. All he does, he used to interview rappers. Now he interviews rappers, but they're really just gang members, and all they talk about is gang shit and how they committed crimes. He's trying to be Vlad Jr. He's trying to do that. I can't think of anybody else right now off the top of my head. Those are the main two culprits that I'm talking about. And it's sickening. It's sickening to see people who are at that level, who are so clearly and with no scruples at all, just going to suck dick so that they can make more money. This is the media that we have to rely on for our news. It's sickening to me. And the people who listen to them, they keep the discourse, and they amplify the bullshit that they're saying. And we have to contend with that seriously. These shitty arguments that these people make, and these shitty and disingenuous, dishonest arguments that people like academics and Adam 22 and all the rest of them make, we have to come behind and be like, nah, that's wrong. Nah. And I'm speaking for me as a person who's not a Kendrick Lamar dick rider. I said this before. I didn't even really like Kendrick music like that at first. Kendrick Lamar was never my favorite rapper. I'm not on Kendrick's side because I just love Kendrick and he's my favorite rapper and I'm gonna defend him no matter what. That's not me. I'm on Kendrick's side, and I agree that Kendrick won because I listened to the fucking music. I listened to the songs, and I have comprehension skills, and I'm going into it understanding how the mechanics of a rap battle is supposed to work and what to look for in a battle and what it looks like when someone's floundering in a battle and what it looks like when somebody is dominating in a battle. I know this. I've been listening to battles all my life. I've been paying attention to all the old battles, Nas with Ether, The Takeover, Hit 'Em Up, No Vaseline, that song that Common made against Ice Cube, that song Common. People be forgetting Common. They be thinking Common a conscious rapper, but Common used to get busy. Common used to be beefing with a lot of niggas. And he didn't lose either. I think he beefed with Drake, and that song he made against Drake was crazy. And Drake didn't have a response for that. I think Drake lost that battle too. Anyway, that's beside the point. The state of hip hop discourse is fucking brain rotted right now. It's terrible. And I don't want to listen to this shit no more. I'm tired of it. And I think that's just one part of it. There's a few things going on here. Let me see if I can find let me see, because maybe we can go over one of these videos. What was a good video I saw? I don't want to do the J. Cole shit. J. Cole, I don't care about the J. Cole shit anymore. I really don't. Let me see. Oh, I'm glad I did this. I'm so glad I did this. Okay, so the top 5 thing, that's another part of it. Because the discourse online is translating into shit happening in real life. Stupid shit that should not be happening, but it's happening from people trying to clout form and get big. We got to talk about academics again. I'm sorry, y'all. I had COVID. Me and the wife had COVID for a little bit. We better now, but we still got a little cough. Top 5. If you don't know who he is, I don't blame you, because he's a nobody. Nobody's ever heard of this nigga. His music sucks. I'm mad that I'm even saying his name right now, because I feel like I'm helping him in the algorithm. But this is a Canadian rapper, a Somalian. First of all, look at this nigga, bro. Look at this nigga, man. Let me see if I could get it. Come on. I ain't want to have to sign in on here. Maybe we can get into a couple of other. Look at this guy. Does this nigga look gangster to you? This is supposed to be Canada's like top demon right here. Look at this nigga, bro. I'm not gonna play his music. His music fucking sucks. Look at this dude. Oh, let me see if I can get some images. He missing teeth and shit. He looks like fucking Abba and Preach. Look at this nigga, man. He's not gangster. This is not somebody that I would. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Look at this nigga, man. Look at this dude. He looks like he's mixed with Indian or something. By the way, man, these I'm getting a little sick. I'm getting a little sick of these foreigners saying nigga so much. This is an aside, but these foreigners, they keep saying nigga. And I'm one of the people who believe that I'm not going to fly off the handle for people because people other than Black Americans say nigga. Like, I have Hispanics that I have around me that say nigga sometimes. And it's not that bad to me, because I understand where it's coming from. I know that they're not trying to, they're saying it because it's a cool word to say or whatever. I don't trip off of that. If you trip off of that, that's okay too. And I will probably tell them not to say it around you. But, me, I don't trip off of that too much. It's, I understand where it's coming from. So I don't care about it that much. But these fucking foreigners, and when I say these foreigners, I'm talking about niggas like Top 5, who is, I think he said he's Somalian. He's a Somalian from Canada, from Toronto. Sorry, I'm trying to get my boots off. He's a Somalian from Canada, who's probably one of those people, when he was growing up, was told by his parents, stay away from those, he wouldn't say American. They wouldn't say American because they're not from America. But, stay away from those people, those niggas, basically. They're up to no good. They're all thugs. A lot of the people who immigrate from these countries, they have a real weird view of American Black people, or people who were born here in we'll say North America, because Canada is not in the United States, but we'll say North America. Americans, they have a weird view of America, American Black people, and they basically believe all the negative stereotypes, the white supremacist stereotypes that people have about Black Americans. They believe all that shit, and they teach their kids they instill that shit into their kids. And people like this Top 5 character, I think people like them, they abuse the N-word because they're trying to emulate Black American culture. They're doing their best to emulate Black American culture. But the thing is, in their culture, in their family, that shit is degenerate. And they don't do that with them. They don't do the yo, 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 word to my mother, what's up? The stereotypical shit that the performance that they're putting on For what he's doing in his music is a performance. And he proved that when he went to court for killing that kid. And he got off because he convinced the fucking the people in court that he was just playing and I'm not really a gangster. That's just me pretending for my rap career. You can't go to court and say, I'm not really a gangster. I'm just pretending to get my rap career going and get off for that. And then try to continue to act like, yeah, I got off for a murder. I'm really a gangster. Like, you just told the whole world you're a capper. And I believe it. I don't believe this nigga killed nobody. I actually believe he's innocent. He didn't kill, or at least he didn't kill that guy because he's so tough and gangster. He probably was on some bullshit and killed that guy by mistake, or he was trying to make himself look cool by doing it. This is not King Von we're talking about. This is a Somali immigrant cosplaying as a Black American. And people like that, I don't like hearing them say nigga. I feel like us as Black Americans, we need to start gatekeeping that shit. And we need to stop accepting these people when they're with that cosplay shit. I don't want to turn it into FBA, ADOS argument, but that bothers me because you're making a mockery of our culture and our people. And you're making it like this is what it means to be like us. And, that bothers me. I don't like that shit. But back to what I was saying about top 5. This fucking top 5 character. He's famous because apparently when he got off for killing that guy, the person who paid for his he's from Canada. Guess who the person is that paid for his lawyer? Guess. Let me go back here. I want to keep looking at this guy's thing. Am I going to have to sign in on here? Okay, here we go. All right, now he says, shouts out to Gary Grill for being the best lawyer in Toronto. This was edited 3 weeks ago. You know why this is edited? Because what it said originally on here was the same sentence. Shout out to Gary Grill for being the best lawyer in Toronto. And thank you, Champagne Poppy, which is Drake, for paying my lawyer fees. So this guy allegedly killed somebody. And Drake, which I don't know if this guy is related to Drake or he grew up with Drake, which I don't think so. Drake paid for this dude to get off. Drake paid for him to basically sorry, I'm getting a brain fart. He paid for this guy's lawyer's fees so that he could get off for a fucking murder, a first-degree murder. And what ended up happening after that is now that he's out, he's doing interviews with DJ Academics and Aiden Ross. And I don't want to talk about Aiden Ross too much. Aiden Ross is a fucking cancer and he's awful. And I hope that he gets banned eventually. Drake baby mama speaks. I don't want to deal with the Drake and the daughter shit. I don't think that's true. I think it's most likely fake, but if it comes out that it's true, that just makes it even worse. But I don't want to drag this Drake has a daughter thing, especially, because it's probably not true. And it doesn't matter if it's true or not anyway. But top 5 went on an interview on stream with Academics. Let me see if I can find some of it here. And I'll play a little bit of it. I don't want to play a fucking 30-minute video. Okay, let's see this.
I was always worried about top 5. He called me from jail looking comfortable. He looking healthy. He said, yo, he told me, you know what's funny? 5, you told me you was going to be home. I think you told me like October. You beat the date. You told me you got home.
Okay, I'm going to have to speed this up a little bit because something that academics does that I really hate, it's fucking annoying, is he just be yapping, bro. He just be saying shit and like, get to the goddamn point. I'm not talking to a person. I'm not interviewing nobody. I'm just getting my thoughts out. So the whole point is for me to yap, right? He's supposed to be talking to top 5 and Aiden Ross. He needs to be getting to the point. Why is he doing all this yapping and speaking around the point and fucking going all over the place? Just say what you're fucking trying to say. But let's continue.
By September.
You know what's so crazy? Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. I was having some phone sex with a girl the night before. You know what I mean? It was crazy on the phone. Then I woke up in the morning and said, you're free to go. I said,
wow.
I said, at least free to go. Movie. I'm innocent.
Come on, man.
Movie. Yeah, let me tell you something. Country Club can't come to Toronto. I'm here.
Yo.
No. Yo, we got to politic this shit real quick. Yo, ever since Cloud been locked up, obviously, shout out to YG, shout out to Bulldog, shout out to Presser. You see me? Yo, check this out.
Bro, these are the least intimidating thugs I've ever seen in my fucking life, bro. Why he got these niggas in the background? Like, this is supposed to make him, I don't know. They're talking like these is real niggas. These don't seem, listen, man, look, and this is not like me saying like I'm a real nigga or like I'm a killer or something. Obviously I'm just a regular person, but I've been around people who's into that lifestyle. I grew up around this shit. I know what it looks like when niggas is really saying, you know. I got people in my family who is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't gonna say too much else, but like these niggas is not real niggas, bro. These is niggas putting on for the camera to look cool, and academics is just on dick, just sucking dick because they're from Canada and they're backing up Drake. It's crazy. Let me let this keep going.
Yo, here's the reality. All of this Kendrick Lamar, all this bullshit, we needed to hear from the real killies. Yo, we need to hear from the GGs. What's going on?
Why, academics? What insightful information are we supposed to be getting from this nigga who has nothing to do with anything, who is not involved in the beef in any way? Why do we need to hear from them? What is he going to say that's insightful about the Kendrick and Drake beef? We don't even know if he really knows Drake for real. Whatever.
You know why I never dropped the first day out? You know why I never dropped the first day out? I went to my cousin, man, and I prepared them little things for Kendrick, man. I prepared the little things, everything for my boy Kendrick. I want to create.
Oh my God. And he's all, I prepared the little things. I'm prepared. Oh my God. And I've talked about this Canadian accent shit before. Let me bring it back to me. Sorry. Y'all gonna look at me. God damn it. I've talked about this Canadian accent shit before. These niggas got the worst accent of all fucking time, bro. I can't stand the Canadian accent, bro. And the reason why it's so annoying is because all it is a bastardized, terrible, high-pitched version of Jamaican patois. Now, Jamaican patois is cool. Jamaican patois it sounds beautiful because these are real Jamaicans. These people in Toronto, because they have transplants that moved from Jamaica over there, they think, oh, it's like we're Jamaican too because it's so many Jamaicans out here. So that means we all can talk like that. It's goofy. It's terrible. this is like when we came here from when we came to Texas from Louisiana. It would be like all of us coming down here to Louisiana and saying, "Oh, we're surrounded by the people who were originally here in Houston, who were originally here. They see that all of us are coming from we're all coming from Louisiana. And they all say, "Oh, well, you know, it's a lot of people from Louisiana here too. So we should start saying baby and, you know, buku and all the other slang terms and accents that, like, if niggas from Houston started trying to talk like us when we got here, that's what I think about this Toronto shit. This is not to say that they don't have Jamaicans that live in Toronto. I just think that we should be letting the Jamaicans talk like Jamaicans and everybody else talk like how y'all talk. Because y'all's version of the Jamaican accent sounds fucking awful and it's grating and it is cultural appropriation. You know, the guy that's talking right now is a Somalian from Canada. Why is he using Jamaican accent? Why? Anyway.
Dream so bad, man.
Kendrick come to the sick. Kendrick say about to book a show. He say about to shut the place down still.
And you hear academics here. He's trying to start shit. He's instigating. He's talking to the dude like, "What are you going to do? Kendrick is out there and what you going to do about that?" Like, what the fuck do you mean? What are you going to do about that? What can he do about that? Is the real question. Why are you even asking him that? The only reason anybody cares about this fucking guy is because he went to jail for killing somebody and got out because Drake paid for his lawyer. With that context in mind, why would you be asking him what he's going to do when if Kendrick comes to Canada? If you're not trying to start shit. Because he started off talking about we need the politic, like trying to make it seem like he's mediating. But the fucking top 5 guy didn't even say anything about Kendrick yet. Or at least when he said that, he didn't say anything about Kendrick yet. You're not politicking. You're starting shit.
You sure?
Probably gonna be with the police.
No, even he's with the police. He's done. He's done. He ain't coming. He ain't fucking coming. Metro Boomin too.
It's a no-fly zone, man.
Metro Boomin, man. I see what you're trying to do, my boy, man. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Hold on, Ack. It ain't safe, Metro. It ain't fucking safe. Boys,
My folks is both safe.
Again, the least intimidating gangsters of all time. He tried to look tough too. You saw when he did the face. He's like, "Oh, it ain't safe." Like, nigga, nobody is scared of you. Like, what the? This is terrible, bro.
True for him.
I trust him.
Hey, yo,
Metro.
Trust him.
Yo, Metro said like it's not that deep. He said it's not that serious. He said, I heard Metro girl a little bit loose. Metro girl a little bit loose.
Sings to the girl, super soaky sings. What do you expect? He's gonna fuck your bitch.
The G-skin the wet.
Why are you mad that I can fuck the bitch? Interesting. If Drake has sex with your bitch, what are you gonna do?
Man, nothing. I can't do shit. Got it.
What logic is that? Who thinks like this? Who thinks if Drake messes with your girl, what are you gonna do? And then your answer is, "Oh, well, I can't do anything." What self-respecting man says something like that? This is, niggas be trying to be anti-Semitic to Aiden Ross, and I'm not gonna do that because this don't have nothing to do with him being Jewish, but this nigga really is a degenerate, bro. He's a degenerate. He's spreading dysfunction. He's spreading bullshit to all the little 12-year-olds that's watching him and academics. Because all the people that are in the goddamn the chat here is just a bunch of kids, a bunch of children. They think that this is cool. They think this dude threatening people and saying you can't come here or else, they think that's funny and entertaining. And these two, instead of saying you probably shouldn't be saying that on live, they're egging it on because they want more views and clicks.
Shit, honestly, I'd be honored.
Honestly, I'd be honored. Shut the fuck up.
But I wouldn't get cucked though. Real shit. Act. If Drake fucks Selena, would you give a
Another thing about these streaming niggas, they just be saying shit. That's why I can't listen to to academics too much. Sometimes academics be right about some shit, but I can't listen to him too much because a part of the streaming game, which is why I'm probably never gonna make it in this, because I gotta have something to talk about. That's why I only ever do these every couple of weeks, every couple of months. If I don't actually have something to talk about, and I just gotta get on here on stream and just be saying the first thing that pop in my head and just be saying anything to that I think is funny, that'll make these 12-year-olds laugh, I would want to kill myself, bro. I can't live like that. I know they're just doing it for the money, but like, where's your integrity? Like, y'all got enough money, y'all don't have to do that shit no more. The thing is, you start doing bullshit that you know is gonna sell, and then you make your money, and then you're supposed to do what you actually want to do. These niggas, they're doubling down on stupid shit to make the maximum amount of money possible. And I wouldn't care about this, but people actually take them serious. People actually listen to these people and internalize the goofiness, and they apply it in life. They use this logic in real life. Somebody has to be like, there has to be a voice of reason amongst all this bullshit. And you notice my video here, I'm at 58 minutes. I'm probably going to play this thing and I'm going to end it, but you know, I've had to talk about this for way longer than these people are talking about this, because saying bullshit is quicker than debunking bullshit. I can say any dumb, stupid shit that I want, and I can just spout it out. And it only takes a second for me to just say bullshit. But for me to debunk the bullshit, I have to do research. I have to say, well, that's not true because of this, and I have to bring up examples. And the real good bullshit artists mix in real shit with the bullshit, and that takes even longer. So I have to prove that you were malicious with the bullshit you were saying, and show where you're deceiving, and then show the real. There's so many layers to all of this, and it sucks that we have to do it, but unfortunately it has to be done, or else all the 12-year-olds are going to grow up thinking that this is the real shit. And I'm gonna just say this before I continue this. 2024, let me come back to me here for a second. 2024 to me has been a year of people realizing that this is bullshit, realizing that this is trash content. These people, academics and Aiden Ross and Sneeko and Andrew Tate and all the rest of these streaming motherfuckers, what's his name, Neon, Jack Doherty, they still got a base fan base, because there's a market for stupid shit that you don't have to think about. There's a market for that. There's a group of people who like watching that shit. But now that it's not, 2024 is a year of real shit being cool again. So there's a lane for that bullshit to exist, but now a lane has opened up for niggas to say real shit and to say this is stupid, and not to be just sidelined as a hater, where he'd be like, oh no, why are you listening to him? He's just hating. They tried to do this not too long ago with the DDG thing and Joe Budden. This is another tangent, but DDG and Halle Bailey, or Chloe, whichever one of those girls that got pregnant by DDG, they had a baby, and they're breaking up now. Of course, the fucking celebrities, they never last. And Joe Budden said what a lot of people probably said, which was, who is DDG? And I'm glad that they're broken up now, so I don't have to hear nothing about this fucking guy anymore, because who is he? What And DDG tried to respond with the same old shit that everybody always does. You're old. You don't have more views than me. I got more money than you. You're just a hater. And maybe 10 years ago, that would have did some damage. But in 2024, the year of Cat Williams, starting the year off, man, Cat Williams, man. Look at what you've done, Cat Williams. We're in the year of, they say it's the year of truth. To me, 2024 is the year of real shit being cool again. Niggas want real shit now. There's a market for real shit now. But that was a tangent. That was all to say, we're in a time where you can't just say you're a hater and then write people off anymore. People are gonna be like, you know what? You're right. This is stupid. This is bullshit. Why am I listening to this? And I'm thinking that with this beef and this, Drake's music has been a part of that bullshit too, which is why these people are they're dick riding so hard. People using their brain and being stimulated mentally by the content is starting to happen now. And these streams like these are not just seen as dumb, fun entertainment. People will see it for what it is, which is, number one, useless dreck, but number two, as dangerous. You can't be out here saying, don't come out here or else. Like, niggas really do get killed over shit like that. Anyway, I'm gonna let this go a little more.
Daisy next.
Peace and tranquility.
They said they had you on video.
Her manager's the guy. Her dad.
Why are you saying AI face Kendrick? Do you want me to die?
What the fuck?
Hold up, let me go back.
Sings to the girl, super sulky sings. What do you expect? He's gonna fuck your bitch.
That you send what?
Why are you mad that I can fuck the bitch? Ignorance. If Drake has sex with your bitch, what are you gonna do?
Man, nothing. I can't do shit about it. Shit, honestly, I'd be honored. But that would get cut though. Real shit.
Honestly, I'd be honored. Oh my God.
Don't tell me if Drake fucks Selena, would you give a fuck? Be honest.
What's my bitch sex?
If Drake fucks Selena, by the way, he's talking about Selena Powell. Selena Powell, a notorious pass around. I think this academics is claiming Selena Powell as his girlfriend, which I don't know why you would do that. She's nothing to be proud of, so I don't even know why he asked her that. Why he asked academics that.
That's right, dealing with a home.
Yo, I need to give you our present. Which girl you want in the industry? Take it. Ice Mike?
I want to put her in a blockhouse and slap her ass.
Yo, she got a boyfriend named Ryan. Like, he produced the beats.
Looks like her brother. The guy with the curly hair that's all the awards with her.
Yeah.
Then call me some demons.
Folks is great.
Because did you see that? Oh my fucking God, bro. Hold up. Let me play that back. And I don't even think I'm going to be able to get through this whole video.
Looks like her brother. The guy with the curly hair that's all the awards with her.
Yeah.
Then call me some demons.
Folks is great.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I think I'm done with this, actually. This is I think I'm done with this. The only reason I even brought this up was to draw in the point that this shit it translates to real shit. Because what ended up happening after this was Smack from back on Smack, who was with those people I was talking about earlier, AD and T-Rail and them that used to be on No Jumper with Adam 22. These guys, they're actually like friends with Kendrick Lamar. So when they see this top 5 character on camera talking about, oh, he can't come to Canada or else, and we're some demons, these niggas who are also gangbangers, who are also living the street life, as it were, they were like, no, the fuck, that's my homeboy, you ain't gonna do shit to him. And they started a whole thing, and Smack ended up saying, I'll smack you and I'll smack Aiden Ross. And then Aiden Ross turns around and is like, you're not gonna smack me. I'm gonna hold up, let me play the video. I don't want to play too much of this. I've already been going on for an hour. And I feel like I even had more to say, but I think my point has been made already. Let me see. Where is it?
YouTube. Told him to apologize before.
I don't give a fuck.
We're gonna look for them niggas.
He like, fuck it. He like, Florida. He like, turn this shit off. This shit trash.
Man from LA, bro. I wish somebody would.
Nah, he Jewish, nigga.
Where you from?
He like, fuck it. He like, Florida. He like, turn this shit off. This shit trash.
So Aiden Ross tripping too?
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Slap your bitch ass.
Yeah, he said he's gonna slap Aiden Ross now.
He took his thing.
Banned from LA. I'm not banned from LA, bro. I wish somebody would. I swear to God, I'm gonna go to LA. Nobody's gonna do shit to me. I promise you, bro. I don't give a fuck. Like, you think I'm scared of LA? What? I lived in LA for years and years and years. I'm not banned from LA. Fuck that old ass motherfucker on that podcast, bro. I'll smack the shit out of you. Well, not me, but I'm gonna have security smack the fuck out of you.
See, and that's a problem with me. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier with fucking these dudes. Look, let's just be honest. This is a bitch nigga right here. Okay, this nigga is not tough at all. He's literally threatening AD and them to have another nigga slapped him. Like, the question is, why did you involve yourself in any of this to begin with, Aiden Ross? And we know the answer. The answer was for clout. He's trying to get clicks and views. He wanted to be a part of it because he's trying to get more famous. And he didn't want to, he saw that it was turning into some other shit. And now he has to double down because he knows he has an audience. He can't just say, yeah, it's not that deep. He has to try to act tough because his audience is 12 years old and they think that's cool. And, you know, the people could actually end up getting hurt over bullshit, over stupid shit, over these niggas just talking, just yapping on the internet, platforming a nigga like Top 5 who has no reason to be platformed. His music sucks. He doesn't have any music coming out. He's not an important figure. He just got off for probably a crime he may have actually done. He probably ended up killing somebody, and it wasn't somebody that he killed that was like an op or he was beefing with or they was in the street together and he crossed him. This was a random kid who was going to school, and he's wearing that body like, yeah, I caught a body and I got off. No, you told the court that you didn't kill that man and that you pretend to be a gangster because you want to keep your career going. It can't be both. Either you caught a body and you got away with it, or you was just pretending to have a career. It has to be one or the other. It can't be both, right? I'm leaning more on he was probably lying about that. He may actually be innocent anyway. But if we're going off the story you're telling, you're trying to make it seem like you killed that guy, you're using killing an innocent person who didn't do anything to anybody to make yourself look tough. That doesn't make you look tough. All of this is lunacy. All of this is, why are we even talking about any of this? Why does this video, hold up, AD and Aiden Ross and all this shit, 10K views, 18K views, 20K views, 70K views, 6K views, 7K views. Why is there so many people interested in seeing a beef between Aiden Ross and Smack and AD? Why is there a market for that? Why is there a market for this dumb shit? Why are we talking about any of this? Why is Aiden Ross involved in anything that has to do with gangster shit? Why is academics talking to Top 5, quote unquote rapper nobody gives a fuck about, talking about a topic that he's not involved in? Why, bro? And I think I'm gonna end it there because I don't have anything more useful to say. Like, we need to police this shit as a community and just realize that we realize when people are trying to get clouded off of you and bypass it and treat it like the bullshit that it is. Because that's all it is. This is just a bunch of noise. This is a bunch of nothing, all surrounded around a beef that ended 6 months ago. These niggas, all this cropped up because niggas just couldn't let the beef go. They just couldn't let the beef go. They couldn't find something else to fucking talk about. Then this is exactly what Kendrick was warning about in his song. Kendrick wasn't talking about Drake. There wasn't another beef song. When J. Cole was talking about bots online trying to make people look bad. Because I think that they say that a lot of the people on Twitter and all that, those are probably paid bots too. That they're oh, one more thing before I go. This botting thing is getting out of control, and we're starting. This is a part of a bigger conversation about the music industry in general. Okay, the music industry is running on razor thin margins right now. Nobody's making any money because nobody's music is really selling, and nobody's music is really selling because people don't have to go to the store and buy a CD anymore. Number one, right? All people have to do is open up their phone and go on Spotify and Apple Music and whatever other streaming service, and they can hear whatever song they want to hear. And that's not translating to better sales. It's translating to worse sales because the way people listen to music is different. The way people used to listen to music is either they'd hear it on the radio, they'd see it on a music video on TV, or they had to go to the store and pay $10. And that $10 was going directly to either the label or the artist or however their contract was going. And what would happen is, because that was the only way to really get music, if you didn't want to wait for the music video to come on TV, or you didn't want to wait to hear it on the radio, you want to hear it whenever you wanted to, that enticed more people to do it. That enticed more people to go to the store and pick the CD up. Like, if you was a 50 Cent fan in the 50 Cent era and you wanted to listen to 50 Cent music whenever you wanted to, you had no choice but to go to the store and buy that 50 Cent album. You couldn't just, you know what? I feel like listening to 50 Cent today. Let me search it up right now. You couldn't do that back then, which meant the more people who were actual fans of 50 Cent equaled more sales. These rappers nowadays, this is why the superstars of yesteryear, they had multi-platinum albums, not multi-platinum singles that went viral and nobody gives a fuck about it 6 months later. Multi-platinum, the whole album. Everybody wanted to buy the CD because they liked the music so much. They were so invested in this artist or in this song that they liked. They walked to the store, they drove to the store, paid gas money, and then paid the store for the physical CD just to listen to that album, that one album. Whereas nowadays, what's happening is that playlisting is happening. First of all, people make it seem like, oh, these people, they have so many streams, they're so popular. Streams are not equaling up to sales, all right? It takes like 1,500 streams to equal one album sale. And I don't know about you, but me, I don't think I've listened to anything 1,000 times over and over again. So nobody's got a full sale out of me. Nobody, I feel like most people haven't done that. So the pool is shrinking. The number is inflated by stream number. But when you do the math, it's actually less. And the way people are listening to music now, because they don't have to go to the store to buy it, they're just listening to it. They're not active listeners. They're passive listeners. They're just letting shit play in the background. Or they have like a playlist that they play that they just let run and they have no involvement in it, which means people aren't going to look out for certain people to get their music. So the aggregate is less. There's no money being generated in the music business right now. Now, that whole breakdown was just a long way of me saying there's no money being made in the music business right now. And people make it seem like these rappers and these artists are doing so well because they're believing the manufactured and curated posts of people online and in music videos, and they got chains and they're driving fancy cars. And we all know that a lot of it is fake, and we believe it anyway. We all know that a lot of these people, they don't own the cars they're driving. We all know that these people don't own the houses that they're living in. They're doing Airbnbs. You know, we all know that people are curating their feed to make it look like they're living a lavish lifestyle, and a lot of them are functionally homeless, or they're living in a very modest home, or they are overspending for a house and they're not going to be living there in 6 months because they can't afford it. We know that this is happening, but we're living and pretending like us as fans, we're pretending that these people really are as rich as they say. And the industry and the people in the business side, they're making deals as if they're generating money like that, and they're not. And you know, what's happened is a lot of the suits that work at these record companies, they bought into the bullshit that the tech people told them. All the tech people told them, oh, this is the future, and we're gonna make so much money off of streaming, and you know, people don't want to buy CDs anymore. Everybody's going to stream the song, and the super fans are going to listen to it over and over again. And we'll be able to sell ads, and we'll be able to make even more money off of it. And we'll screw the artist even more out of their money. That's another part of it, because the reason why these rappers are not making as much money as they probably should is because a lot of the deals that they're in, first of all, they're giving a large percentage of everything they make to some record label. They got a record deal. You know, people like to pretend that they're independent, and they're really not. And they're getting a push from a record label, and they're paying dearly for it. Like a lot. I thought that Sorry. I thought that Ice Spice was independent. I thought she came out of nowhere. She didn't come out of nowhere. She was getting pushed. She is signed to a record label. And I don't know what the contract situation is looking like, but I venture to say she probably doesn't have the greatest deal in the world. So right now she's got a lot of streams, and they're pumping her up, and they're making her look like she's big. But now that her music sucks, I mean, the music always sucked, but now that everybody's realizing the music sucks and the streams aren't looking that good, the people that were on the tech side, they don't have nothing to say now. They can't say nothing about streams equaling sales, because now they're not even getting streams no more. So once her time comes and goes, you know, she's going to be stuck in this deal, and the songs are still going to be streamed and still generating money, but she's making pennies on the dollar because she's not selling records. Nobody in the music business right now is selling records except fucking Taylor Swift. Nobody's selling records. That's why a nigga like, what's this nigga's name? I can't remember. What is his name? Tommy Richmond. He had, along with your boy from, I'm mad I said your boy, along with Kendrick Lamar, who was number one. Tommy Richmond's song has been number two that whole time. They were fighting for number one. And his album came out and it sold 8,000 copies. The music industry is falling apart right now. These kids don't listen to songs like we used to listen to songs back in the day. These kids are picking out one little part. These kids are going on another part, TikTok. People are getting their music taste from TikTok. And what is happening is these wannabe comedians on TikTok, they're making these little videos on TikTok that has one little piece of the song. And we saw this with Tommy Richmond, actually. They have one little piece of the song, and that's what makes it go big. And everybody, they like that one little piece of the song. They don't like the artist because they never seen them. They don't like the whole song because they probably never heard it. They're not going to Spotify to listen to it. They're not going to the store to buy the album like we used to have to do. You know, they don't know anything about Tommy Richmond. All they know is the couple like me run around like the. And that's literally the only part that anybody gives a fuck about. Like, this is not equaling record sales. And it's not equaling show money either. Because a lot of these people, they're getting they're booking venues to do shows and nobody's showing up. Or people are showing up and is 15 niggas and they don't even know your whole song. They don't know all the lyrics to your song. One thing that really demoralized me about this, and I'll be done after this, I promise, is when that Steve Lacy song came out, that I wish I knew you wanted me. When that came out, and that song is a good song, and Steve Lacy is a good artist. He makes good music. He was from Odd Future. He's, all of them Odd Future niggas are good artists, bro. Let's put that out there. But people look at him like a TikTok artist because that one little part of the song got famous on TikTok. That I wish I knew you wanted me. Nobody went to listen to the full song. Nobody went to listen to that album, which was incredible. The album is really good. And people went to a show for Steve Lacy and he started singing the song and he says, I wish I knew you wanted me. And you know how the artists pull the mic out to the crowd so they can start singing. And he finishes the chorus and he tries to put the mic out to them and they don't know what to say. They don't know the lyrics. The music industry is doomed and we're watching it on its last legs. It's gasping for air right now. The fucking people in the suits in the record buildings are panicking because they're going off of bad information that streams equals popularity, which equals sales. And that's not happening. It's not translating. Sexy Red got a whole bunch of views and streams. And she booked a venue for a show and nobody showed up and she had to cancel. That's happening with more and more artists that people are seeing as big artists. These motherfuckers are not big. They got a bunch of views on the internet and it's not translating. We don't have superstars anymore. We don't have a 50 Cent and an Eminem and what's another rapper like a Kanye West. All those old school artists are still here. They haven't been replaced because instead of us going through the A&R process like we used to, where we weed out all the bullshit and we actually give a shot to people that actually make decent music, people that care about making music, people that want to make good art that can sell. We said, oh, this guy is on the internet and he has a lot of views. That must mean people like his music, which must mean they're going to buy whatever we sell them. And that's not happening. And they don't know how to reconcile that. That's that whole rant. I'm sorry, y'all. I explained all that to bring in a final point in the record business. What's happening, because all that shit is happening, is that a lot of these artists that's supposed to be big, that if we go off of streams and views, we're supposed to see them as big artists. What's happening is their album is only selling 20,000 units. Do y'all remember back in the ye olden days when rappers used to brag about going gold and brag about going platinum? They're not doing that anymore because they're not going platinum anymore. They're not selling 1 million records. They're not selling 500,000 records. They're selling 20,000 and 30,000. Well, give me 1 minute, y'all. I'm not going to cut this out. Ooh, sorry about that. I hope y'all didn't hear any of that. My wife was asking. I forgot the point I was trying to make. Oh, I remember. So because all of the shit I explained is happening in the music business right now. Oh yeah, I was saying that back in the ye olden days, back in the ancient times, aka the 2000s, rappers used to actually sell records. They used to go platinum. They used to go gold. These rappers nowadays, rappers who we're supposed to see as the biggest rappers, we're supposed to think that they're so big because they got so many views and so many clicks and so many streams. They're selling 30,000 copies of albums. And that's a mixture of physical and streams. They're putting it together. They're giving them the best of both worlds, and they're still barely doing anything because nobody gives a fuck about any of these artists, really. Their music sucks. We don't, the personality that they're creating on social media for us to get sucked into is not translating to album sales. Their music is not good. You know? And nobody's going to stream a mid rapper 1,500 times to equal up to one sale. So, you know, I say all that to say what they're doing in response to that is they're backing up the real streams and views with fake stream and views. So they're going and, let's say a song, they got like, oh, I had a good example. I was talking about Drake because the big artists are doing it too. It's not just the little people. The big people are doing it too. Yes, that includes Kendrick. What's happening is Drake will drop something and it may get, I don't know, 150, or I'm sorry, not 150, 15 million views right away. Real views, like 15 million actual humans clicking on something. And they'll back that up with like 7 million more fake views. And what happens is people say, oh, damn, it got that many views that fast. It must be good because we're stupid. And that's the way we connect those dots. If it has a lot of views, that means it must be pretty good. Humans are dumb like that. So what they do is, and they have to make it look realistic. So they can't give an artist that nobody's ever heard of and buy like 50 million views. It would have to be, let's say it's an artist that nobody ever heard of, and it goes semi-viral. The song goes semi-viral, and it gets like 1 million views, and they just add like another million or two to that, just to bump it up just that much more, just to make it look that much more viral. And people see, oh, it's got 3 million views. This guy must be pretty good. And then that turns into more real views. They're backing up their real views with fake views and turning that into more real views. And you can only do that for so long. You can only falsely inflate the numbers for so long until you get the numbers back as a business and say, look, this isn't translated. We're not selling any actual records. How do we have all these streams and this guy's only selling like 8,000 albums? You know, the maths isn't mathing anymore at that point. And if everybody's botting and buying fake views, you know, how are we going to get money off of fake views? We can't do nothing with fake views. You know, and to me, I see that as the end of the music industry as we know it, because instead of them saying, okay, let's cut the fat and stop signing niggas based on how many views they got, how many streams they got, and actually start back doing the A&R thing and artist development and, you know, creating a megastar from scratch like we used to, instead of trying to do the industry plant thing and push somebody out there that nobody's ever heard of and buy 150 million views for them to make people think that people care about this shit. Let's stop doing that and actually find real artists that's making real good music that connects with people, that people actually do like, music that people actually would go to the store and pay $10 for a physical copy for. And then we'll see an improvement of the sales of albums and fitting asses in the seats at the stadiums that we're trying to, you know, fill up. You know? You know, let's get back to making real shit cool again. But that's all I got. And I've been yapping for a little while, and I've been all over the place, and I didn't get to everything I wanted to talk about. But hopefully, this could be a conversation. And either I start a conversation, or somebody can have a conversation with me, and this turns into something, and you know, it inspires people to actually think about this industry, this you know, this unholy matrimony between the legitimate music business and people trying to turn clout chasers and influencers into musicians. You know, that's what happened with this fucking top 5 guy. He's trying to turn his situation, his dysfunction, into a music career. He's trying to raise his profile with this bullshit in hopes that it increases views and increases streams and followers, and that can turn into money somehow. And it doesn't anymore. And I'm, for one, am glad that it's not. But anyway, I'm off of this. Thanks for listening. If you listen to the whole thing, I would like to converse with people if they want to go back and forth. If you think I'm bullshitting about something, let's have a conversation about it. That's the end of the stream. Thanks for watching, guys.